Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, y'all, I want to talk to y'all real quick about Miss Alexis Skyy and the former assistant, okay? The one that used to work with Drew Sidor, if you guys remember him, Anthony, over on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and him and Drew at a later time ended up, getting into a little, something. That was also the guy that came out with Alexis Sky and pretty much called out Yandy's husband for cheating. Okay. I'm sure you guys may remember that live when it happened a little while ago. Um, yeah. All right. Well, it looks like him and Alexis Sky have gotten into it. He has accused her of assaulting him, beating on him, and everything. Okay. So we definitely got to get into that. But before we actually get into the altercation between he and Alexis Sky, I want to go back to Alexis Sky trending earlier this week when she made some statements about Trump. Okay. She was very clear and adamant about the fact that she voted for Trump. Okay. And she don't really care what nobody got to say about it. All right. Shortly after that, she came out with a statement saying that, oh, after further thinking about it and what he recently said in an interview, I have decided that I'm not going to vote for him. Girl, it's giving cap all the way in my personal. I think she just said that to get the people off her ass in my personal. But we're going to go ahead and get into a quick clip of what Alexis Sky had to say. Let's get into it.
But I'm voting for Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right to the point.
Let's talk about
voting for Trump.
What's the energy behind it? What's the thought process behind it?
I just feel like when Trump was around, I just feel like things were different. But people have their opinion on him. I do think that Trump could be a little extra, but he gets the job done.
So do you have conversations with your friends about politics?
All my friends are voting for Trump. I feel like the younger generation, Trump has a lock.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, because it was more money flowing for us.
So what do you think is the reason why people aren't voting?
I think people talk about it like they want Trump, but some people are lazy and they don't want to get up and go vote, which voting does matter because people don't realize if you don't go vote, there's a chance that the other person can win. So get up and go vote because it's super important. If you want Trump to win, go vote for him. If you want the other one to win, then go vote for her.
All right. Well, there it is.
It's Kamala. I don't know how to say her name. I didn't want to
Kamala.
say it. Oh.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Is Kamala or Kamala? Kamala.
All right. So you guys just heard Miss Alexis Sky sounding ignorant as fuck. Okay, excuse me. All right. She sounded very ignorant. She says that he knows how to get the job done. And when he was in office, they had money. And then turns around and say that people are lazy. They talk about wanting to vote, but then they are lazy. Ma'am, it seems like you're lazy yourself to educate yourself, and that's a problem. Okay. The fact that you're not willing to go and get yourself a bit more educated on the candidate you're voting for me, is enough to say that you're lazy and you're ignorant. But anywho, that is what Miss Alexis Sky had to say. So a lot of people was on her R's. All right. When this came out. But before she even really responded, changing her tune, she did get in the comments of this very video. And this is what she had to say in the comments of that video. She says, at the end of the day, we are entitled to feel how we feel and vote for who we want. President election is important, but most importantly, it starts with our local city officials. Let's be honest, before Kamala stated she was running for president, how many times we heard from her? Go back and look at the comments. At the end of the day, I agree with Trump and Kamala with some things. However, I can vote for who I want. And those talking about race, etc., just FYI, a Republican president abolished slavery and it was a Democratic. Okay, she says, today I was informed Trump said something about education and special needs, which I do not agree with at all. I never wanted to speak on this topic in the first place. I was there to do a job and they kept on asking me questions, which I don't have much knowledge on. And it's very clear that you don't. It's very clear that you don't. And I feel like in the past, when there may have been any questions that you don't want to answer, there was a way for you to skate around that and just say, listen, I'm going to reserve who I'm voting for when I go down there and vote. Just know that I'm going down there and I'm voting. All right. And I do feel like, of course, you not mentioning who you were going to vote for, people likely were still going to assume that it was Trump because you're not being open and confident about voting for Kamala. All right. But I do feel like there was a way for you to kind of like escape around that particular question. But you fed right on into it. I'm sure the people in the room were cringing as they heard you say what you were saying. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into more. All right. And this is where Anthony comes in because he gets into the comments himself. And what he says is, I'm telling y'all, this is why, as her best friend, I distance myself from her. She doesn't have morals, just will do anything for money, including leaving her child with random strangers, sleeping with girls, knowing she don't like them, and getting with her friends' men. Everything with her is clout. Okay. So this is what Anthony had to say about Miss Alexis Skyy, which is crazy. Was not expecting him to come out and go in on his best friend. Okay, you guys just stop being friends, is what it seems like. And you going in and already telling her business and stuff. That is crazy. All right, but let's get into more because people continue to eat Alexis up in the comments and things. And now she wants to come back and change her tune because he said some things about special needs and education. Now, understand Alexis Skyy does have a daughter that requires, additional assistance with her. And I do understand if she did feel away about the things that he said, but I'm like, girl, you didn't get this from his tune a long time ago, or you was just blinded by the so-called money that you thought that you did get. Oh, okay, then, girl. Okay. All right. Well, she came out, and this is what she had to say shortly after that. She says, the interview I did regarding voting for Trump was done prior to Trump's statement on the Department of Education. Initially, I wanted to vote for Trump for my own personal reasons. After familiarizing myself with both candidates, I will no longer be voting for him. November 4th. Okay. So this is what she's saying she's not going to do. Now, let me also say this. I do feel like, when it comes to certain people that makes a certain amount of money, of course, Trump may advocate for a certain type of taxes for those people. So either Alexis benefited from having, taxes that helped her out, or she's talking about the damn STEMI check that she felt she received when he was in office, like a dum dum. But anywho, girl, either way, go away from us with this. All right. Go away from us with this, please. All right. Now, let's get into more because shortly after this happened, like over the weekend or whenever earlier this week or whatnot, when all of this took place, well, we couldn't enter a new week without Anthony coming to let people know that he was actually assaulted by Alexis and some of her goons or whatever she want to call some of her Alexis squad, Sky squad, or whatever she want to call them this week or next week. And they decided that they were going to pounce on Anthony. And when I tell y'all, they gave Anthony a beating, girl. They gave Anthony a beating, honey. It was bad in my personal. I'm talking about lumped up chomp for sure. Let us go ahead and check out some of what he posted over on his page, girl. This is what Anthony met everybody with: photos of himself being assaulted. All right, or after the assault, shall I say? He looks like he has a black eye, a scratch above one of his eyes. Um, it looks like it gets worse as you continue to go. It actually looks like he may have two black eyes. Both of the eyes definitely look swollen. Whoever got to him definitely got to him good because they were landing them punches like pop, 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 all in his face and knotted up his forehead. That's crazy. Let's get into what he had to say. He says, Alexis Skyy and the two others that jumped on me. Okay. He says, when someone you consider family and a close friend assaults you, but then has other people jump on you, a stop has to be made. The images you're seeing of myself are just the start. I have been emotionally distraught and physically beaten to the core. When a person loves money and fame more than her own child, that she leaves with random strangers in a hotel and don't tend to, I had to stop and think, if she don't give a about who watches her kid, how could she care about me? This story has twists and turns, but the fight for justice has just been began. Okay, this is what he said. Been began. To get jumped and assaulted is not right, and to be lied on as far as your sexual health is not only a jab. It's very offensive and very hurting, especially when this stuff is not true. Well, I will say, Anthony, how you think she feel if she feel like what you're saying is not true about her and leaving her kids with random people and sleeping around? She might feel the same way. So then he goes on to say, I'm prepared to stand up for myself and not to take I'm sorry for a response because the verbal abuse has gone on too long. And now getting physically attacked has not only affected me and my business, but my self-esteem has dropped and faith in good, solid friendships has went out the door. I'm standing up for other gay males in the industry that have and are being mistreated. In the words of Whitney Houston, it's not right and it's not okay. All right. So this is what Anthony had to say, and he came and he showed all of the images. I see somebody in the comments saying, you talk too much. I knew that would happen. You need to learn how to remain chill. Okay. Someone says some of these comments are truly ugly. Speak your truth. I'm sorry this happened to you. I pray justice is served and some good comes to you. Having a quote unquote friend do this to you is truly heartbreaking and it is despicable. Okay. Now that's not where the book stopped. Okay. Because Anthony had quite a bit more of things to say. Okay. And let's see just exactly what he had to say. So one of the things that Anthony went on to say is Alexis Skyy put her hands on the wrong one. Nothing negative was said about Lele. I love her child. I mentioned her parenting. Everyone knows she lacks when it comes to being a mom. I was trying to support her, is what he says. He also goes on to say a woman that prays God online and then has unprotected sex with random men and women multiple times a week is nothing but an image. Ooh, whoa, whoa. He says, whack ass mother and unfit businesswoman. When I start going, this internet will be on fire. Wow. And see, this is why I don't feel bad for Alexis Skyy either for anything that Anthony is saying about her, because you guys already see how things may have played out with him and Drew, him and possibly Sheree when he was over there talking about Sheree and the things that she had going on. Also, when he was talking about Yandy, and I do feel like he wasn't lying when he said that about what's going on over there with Mendices. Alexis Skyy was sitting right there. And then you go on, you befriend this person, make them your assistant, best friend, close friend. They learn all of these things about you. And then as soon as you cross them on Mad Day, they're going to air out your business. Period. Okay. So I don't feel sorry for her in the least bit. But I do think she may have come out better just, not assaulting him or anything or having anyone else to do it and just slowly distance yourself, because I feel like he got a case. Like, y'all beat the mess out of this man. Like, he is lumped the hell up, 2 black eyes, a scratch, and I don't know where it happened at, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was some video footage. So that's a whole lot going on. Girl, the people is cutting up in the streets, girl. We could barely get to Halloween for y'all put y'all clown mask on. Goodness gracious, it's a lot. Well, this is some of what Anthony had to say, but he also took the TikTok where he shared more information, and he also brought up Miss Malaysia's name. Okay, so let's get into this.
So here's a little story time, you guys. On Friday, I was walking into my apartment complex, and I wasn't even at the door, and my former best friend, Alexis Skyy, walked in. Out of it, I'm gonna just say out of it, and she had 2 other people with me, and she assaulted me. I tried to turn around and walk away. She punched me in my face, and then the other girl came in punching me in the face, and then a guy came in. They were kicking me in my rib cage. I have a fractured rib, knocked one of my veneers out, knocked one of my teeth out, and it was just really, really bad. You guys, I'm scared. Like, she's been making threats against me. I can't go to my house. She's been doing a lot of personal attacks towards me and talking about me and my health and talking about me and just really doing a lot. But to physically attack me is uncalled for. You guys, I was attacked. I was hurt. And it really bothered me, you guys. I can't do this. Malaysia from Basketball Wives doesn't like me, you guys. She doesn't like me because of a situation that occurred on season 8 of Basketball Wives about me speaking about her kids, about some information that was given to me. You guys, let me tell you guys something. Being messy is one thing and lying, but if the truth is coming to you and you're getting the tea, what's the problem with delivering it, baby? The information that was talked about was that her kids were dirty and all of this other stuff. It's all old. I don't think her kids is dirty, and I don't have an issue with Malaysia outside of the incident that happened at Pasha when she put her hands on me there. Y'all got to stop putting your hands on people. But anyways, y'all, Malaysia, you need to take that issue with me to your cousin Kristen, because Kristen, okay, is the one that told me this information. And I'm just the one that delivered it, okay? And Jackie delivered it. But Kristen is the one who delivered it to me. And I was told and asked to deliver the information. At that time, Kristen was my friend, and she didn't want Malaysia to go against her. I said, okay, well, what's up? She like, can you do it for me? Do you mind spilling the tea? So I spilled it. So there you guys go. I want to dead that shit. I want to leave it alone. This shit with basketball wives is old, and I don't want to talk about it no more. Malaysia, you need to call up Kristen, and Shy Santiago, you need to keep my name out of your mouth, okay? You need to keep my name out of your mouth and worry about going to get your nose fixed, honey, instead of keep running around talking about me. Because when this face healed up, your girl is going to be outside. Hello.
Child, that is crazy. I'm not sure if you guys remember Kristen from Basketball Wives. All right, she was the cousin to or is the cousin to Malaysia Pargo, from my understanding, because I thought that she or married a cousin of Malaysia's, or maybe they were just really close friends. I thought that they were related along with Cece, because I believe her name was Cece, that was on Basketball Wives, was married to Malaysia's uncle or her cousin. And then Kristen was also related to the family in some fashion as well. And that is crazy. That is really crazy to know that Kristen may have been out here spreading tea about Miss Miss Malaysia. Now, how he got to that part where he brought up Malaysia and what that has to do with anything, I am not exactly sure. Okay. But girl, that is just some messy stuff. Now, Kristen, if you done fell out with Miss Malaysia and you over there doing some dirty work, girl, that's crazy. But it makes me question, because I'm sure Malaysia, I believe she went hard for Kristen when she was on that show. My question is, Malaysia, what you got going on? That the people over there falling out with you and then kind of want to like slick expose you at the same time. What is happening here? That's just crazy to me. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments about that down below. But listen, there is more, because Alexis Skyy did come to the front and she pretty much called Anthony out for his antics. Okay. She came out and she says, Anthony Gaskin, tell the truth. You came to my house and hit me in my face in front of my daughter 3 weeks ago. He continuously keeps attacking me on the internet nonstop. Keep speaking on my child. Okay. She says, I had enough. You can play victim all you want. You're not about to make it seem like I just sat up there and attacked you. So to me, it sounds like she is confirming that she did hit him. But what she's also saying to me, from what I'm taking from it, is that she didn't just hit him for no reason. There's a reason behind it. It seems like she's trying to say that he's been harassing her, speaking on her child and everything. And that is what led up to him getting, the two black eyes and the knots on the forehead and stuff. Okay. So that's what Alexis Scott said. She also made a statement saying that he's sitting up here playing the victim like he has real mental health issues. Okay. He needs to keep his mouth shut. He is a whole man. I don't care, gay or not. He hit me in my face in front of my kid. Everyone in the industry knows he runs his mouth nonstop, and I was the only one still giving him a chance. Well, that is definitely your fault, and I feel like that's on you. Okay, definitely your fault, and that's on you, because, ma'am, you already knew this information and you tried to be so close and cool with him, knowing how it goes down. Child, listen. But let's keep going, because she also got into some messages between she and Anthony, and I want us to get into that. All right. So she says, Aunt, OMG, are you serious? You reached out to Tasha K? I'm at work, can't answer. I work with doctors that are all over social media. My mother, oh God, has nosy family members. Like, why? Why would you do something like that, Aunt? All right. And then at the bottom, you can kind of see Tasha K's post where it says Alexis Skyy's former bestie goes off, accuses her of stealing ideas, and calls out her parenting. All right. So that's what's being said at the bottom, but that's not all to the message. And actually, in this messaging, I'm wondering who else is a part of that. All right. I'm wondering who else is, because it says two people at the top. So, yeah, I'm wondering, like, is it you and somebody else? Because it don't seem like you texting him directly. It seems like a group message, but let's keep going, okay? So then it says she go to a Christian school and they may be on social media. Posting these things is so wrong. I never thought you would do that. That's messy. Toss is freaky, crazy. Okay. She says, Alexis, we told you. All right. I'm not sure who this other person is saying, Alexis, we told you. I guess they're trying to say we told you about Anthony. She says this is gonna look bad on you, Aunt. Sometimes you gotta stop and think before you do things and jump to social media. Not all attention is good attention, Aunt, because this can backfire on you because of your previous employers and the things they said about you. So this just makes you look messy, and it can affect anyone ever wanting you to work for them. Because you take people's personal stuff and post it and disclose it, people don't want to work with people like that. That's not good. And once again, not all attention is good attention. We defended you to Alexis. She will tell you. But what you do to hurt Alexis hurts us as well. And anyhow, Alexis, all I can say is you have to pray and be careful who you let in your life. All right. So there is a third person that is a part of these text messages that is also calling Ant out for his actions. Okay. Um, and I guess since they couldn't, do anything about it, they chose to, just jump on them to try and teach him a lesson, I suppose. But there was more that she went on to say, or at least the shade room ended up getting like exclusive details from her. So I do want to get into those exclusive details. So they're saying that Alexis Skyy isn't holding back when it comes to her former best friend, Anthony Gaskin, after they shared Anthony's video claiming that Alexis and two other people jumped on him. They reached out to Alexis, and she denied being involved with the incident and alleges that Anthony physically assaulted her 3 weeks ago in front of her child. Okay. They also go on to say that Alexis didn't explain what led up to the alleged assault. However, she claims Anthony has mental issues. We asked her if the ex BFF was medically diagnosed with this condition, and she says no, he just crazy. In addition, she advised that she didn't press charges against Ant, but gave details about the altercation, saying he hit me so fast. Only thing that happened was my nails were bleeding. So he hit you and then your nails are bleeding? You missing out some details then. Okay, something's not, I don't know. I'm wondering, did he really hit you just a little bit? Okay? All you know is he hit you in your face and then your nails start bleeding? Okay, what else happened? Now, if he hit her in his face, he was absolutely wrong for that. And I think that was definitely worthy of pressing charges, just like he should press charges on y'all for jumping on him. So she says she recalled Anthony allegedly throwing an air freshener at her face and then hitting her. The former Love and Hip Hop star admitted to defending herself by hitting him with a frying pan. That's why your nails was bleeding right there. Before ending their conversation, Alexis mentioned that last year Anthony was her former assistant and signed an NDA. And she says she will be pursuing legal action against him for breaking that NDA. Okay. So that right there is some crazy stuff. They got too much going on over there in Alexis land. Okay. It seems like the bad karma has just been hitting since she's announced that she will be voting for Trump and then try to come to us and make it appear as though, just kidding. Girl, I'm not voting for that man. I don't like what he had said about this and I don't like what he said about that. Being that you're a mom that has a daughter that needs certain care, you would think that that would be your first thing to see what his thoughts are on education. And when it comes to, children like yours, you would think that you will want to know about that first, but instead you're more so focused on the money. So, okay, girl, but hey, you ain't the only one. So I will say that you're not the only one that's out there focused on the quote unquote money that you really didn't even get, but we'll let you have that. All right. But listen, I just wanted to come to you guys really quickly and just give you a lot of what's been taking place, this breakdown and everything when it comes to Alexis Skyy, this former assistant Anthony. I want to hear you all's thoughts, hear how you guys are feeling about this. Some people may feel like that's what he gets because he does talk too much. He is a very messy person, as some people would say, and some would feel like, hey, at the end of the day, regardless of what it is, nobody should have put their hands on anyone. And I just would like to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. Okay. Go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like Soldier Ray. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't